What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV. Back with another live watch along today. Big London derby game in the Premier League. Tottenham against Chelsea at White Hart Lane. This is definitely a big game. Tottenham were beaten by Patrick Vieira's Crystal Palace, and they'll be looking to bounce back. Of course, they play Arsenal next week, so Arsenal fans will be keeping an eye on this. Chelsea have been in form. Lukaku banging goals in left, right, and centre at the moment. But they do have a few injury problems today, Chelsea, and so do Tottenham. So it should be a good and exciting game. Big up to everyone who tuned in for the earlier stream. Fantastic stream, man. West Ham against Man United. Epic finish to the game. It was scenes. For anyone who tuned in for that, I have just got changed as well. Just a quick change of hat and top. And we're back again, people. Double upload today. For all the gooners who want to talk Arsenal, of course, I will be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. For, an Arsenal update, player ratings, we'll break down the performances and all of that. Make sure you like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. We are 6 minutes away from kickoff. So I will show you the teams, and then you guys give me your predictions about who you think is going to win, what the score is going to be. Moyes with some proper Southgate settings. Man brought Mark Noble on for the last kick of the game, and he misses the penalty. Man United won the game. For anyone that didn't watch that game, was crazy. Penalties, all sorts of late drama. Right, let's get into this game. I can't lie, I'm usually very unbiased, although I got a bit supportive of West Ham in the last game. But I would kind of, as an Arsenal fan, like Chelsea to turn Tottenham over here, because we play them next week, and I would rather Tottenham are on a bit of a downer, of course. So the Tottenham team, Lloris in goal, Emerson Royale at right back, Eric Dyer and Christian Romero at centre back, Reguilon at left back, midfield of Højbjerg, Lo Celso. Ndombele is recalled despite the fact there were rumours of him being sold in the summer. Dele Alli, Heung-min Son, and Harry Kane. So they have got a few players back who they weren't expected to have back available. Son, and there were issues with some of their South American players in terms of their travel, and they are available. So a better team for them. Kasim said Kurt is the most biased commentator ever. I try not to, but I can't help it. Captain Roscoe, Big C putting in overtime, 1:25 a.m. in Sydney. Let's have it, the Blue Boys. Let's show you the Tottenham bench, sorry. Garlini, Doherty, Rodon, Sanchez, Davis, Winks, Skip, Bryan, and Scarlett. Of course, they have no Steven Bergwijn and no Lucas Moura. So they do have some good attacking options missing for this game, which will make life difficult. I think this game will be a lot tighter than people think. A lot of people are just predicting an easy victory for Chelsea. I do personally think this could be a lot closer than some people think, especially now I have seen the team lineups. Let me show you the Chelsea team. There are a couple of surprises in this team that we didn't expect. The first one, stands out a mile. Kepa plays in goal. Mendy has picked up an injury and he's not even on the bench. So that, I think that is a big boost for Tottenham. Kepa is a lot worse a goalkeeper than Mendy, who I've been very impressed with. They play their usual 5 at the back, or 3 at the back, however you want to put it. 3 centre backs of Rudiger, Christensen, and Thiago Silva. Azpilicueta right wing back with Alonso left wing back. In midfield, Kovacic and Jorginho, and then a front 3 of Mason Mount, Kai Havertz, and the informed striker Romelu Lukaku. Now, another big surprise is N'Golo Kante is on the bench. Whether that is a fitness issue or, maybe he needs a rest, I'm not sure. When you look at the Chelsea bench, Bettinelli, Chilwell, Reece James, Chalobah, Kante, Saul, Hudson-Odoi, Ziyech, and Werner. Chelsea's bench is 10 times better than Tottenham's, but I can't lie. I thought going into this game that Chelsea would win this game. I thought they would not batter Tottenham. I thought it would still be quite close, but I was confident that Chelsea would win this. Having seen Kepa in goal and no N'Golo Kante, I'm a little concerned for Chelsea. I can't lie. And the fact that Son is back when a lot of people said he wouldn't be available, I think this will be a much closer game. I have predicted 2-1, and I am going to stick with it. But Kepa is a big worry. I'm sure they're going to pepper him with shots and crosses. And I think Kepa is a big downgrade on Mendy. Mendy has really impressed me at Chelsea. For anyone who doesn't know, of course, Jimmy Greaves, former England legend. I think he actually was a Tottenham and Chelsea player, passed away today. So rest in peace, Jimmy Greaves, footballing legend. I think he played in the 1966 England side as well. So some sad news there coming out. And I think they're going to do a minute's applause before the game. Gareth said a good result for us yesterday. I mean, ain't the weekend better when Arsenal win a game, man? We can just sit back and relax. I really enjoyed, the Manchester United West Ham game. I'm looking forward to this game. The amount of times as an Arsenal fan that I can't watch Match of the Day on a weekend because of the pain and shame that Arsenal have put me through, usually on the Saturday. So, listen, it's nice. It's a relief more than anything. It's not really a huge celebration because all right, we beat Burnley, but it's just a relief that we won. We got something to build on. We play Tottenham in the derby next week, so it's more in that sense. And like you said, RIP to Boise as well. For anybody who watches or has ever watched Only Fools and Horses, Boise, of course, was a legend in that program, and he has passed away as well. So sad news today, man. This is why I have to always make the most of life, people. Go and attack the day, and don't waste time. Arda Guna said 2 tough games for Chelsea, Spurs, and City. Yeah, do you know what? I just saw that Chelsea play Manchester City next weekend. I think it's on the Saturday next week, 12:30 kickoff. I'm just looking now. Yeah, it's at Chelsea's ground. So Stamford Bridge, 12:30 next Saturday. Chelsea against Manchester City. So, teams are going to drop points. Arsenal, they got to do their thing. Although these aren't really our rivals, to be honest. Our rivals are more Everton, Aston Villa, Leicester. Leicester got beat 2-1 as well by Brighton. Buenos Aires Goon, a busy day for me, bro. Just stopping by to say hello and drop a like. Bless Curtis. Big up, bro. Alvin said tomorrow isn't promised. Come on, bro. We have to make the most. Curtis, who do you fear more, Son or Kane? I wouldn't like to use the word fear, but I kind of... I don't know. It's crazy because I feel like Son can just pull something out of nothing, where Kane is a bit more... I don't know. Kane relies on service a bit more. The game has kicked off, people. We are underway. London derby. This is going to be a lively encounter. And there's Havertz. Could be in already. Appeals for a penalty. Oh, Lukaku is offside. I cannot believe it. Havertz, amazingly, looked like he was in there, and Lukaku should have moved away from him. And he actually runs in his way. Ball over the top. Poor defending. Havertz gets goal side. Lukaku takes the ball off him. That is really, really poor from Lukaku. That could have been a chance after just 20 seconds. Asgard said, Big C, I'm 5th in your fantasy football league. Happy days, bro. I'm about 805th in the fantasy league. But big up to you, man. You're doing your thing. Like I said, we'll do a giveaway for whoever wins that. Or maybe, we'll do something definitely for the winner because, I believe there's about 2,000 people in there. Gaurav said, I would rather play a big team early, clear the path in November. I hear you. That's one thing I was saying with Arsenal. As bad as this season has been at the start, at least Manchester City away, at least Chelsea, at least those games are out of the way. Are you attending the North London derby? I do have a ticket, but I'm not sure whether to go and do a vlog or do I stay and do a stream. Human Son for Tottenham, shot blocked. It hits the back of Harry Kane. Son gets hold of the ball, turns, goes at Aspilicueta. They're doubling up on Son very quickly. Facts, Big C, live life to the fullest. Come on, bro. We have to. Lukaku definitely would take off the Timberlands. Yeah, I know Man United fans still hammering him about that. Oh, ball whipped in and cleared. See, they look. Tottenham are going to put them under pressure. They was appealing for a penalty there, possibly. Big C needs to copy Ascot. I'm telling you, man. I need some advice. That was a chance for Lo Celso, and the ball was whipped in. It's out for a corner. Anton said Lukaku out, Werner in. Nah, you got to stick with Lukaku, man. Werner ain't going to score no goals anyway. And Lo Celso is down holding his leg. The game is on Sky Sports, Alex. Sky Sports Football, Premier League. Navarre said, get Emerson Royale, they said. I mean, listen, I always say it's too early to write off or over-hype a signing at this stage. You know, just because Zaha ripped up Emerson doesn't mean he's finished, although he did get ripped apart, and I loved it. I can't help it. But, you know, a lot of fans are hyping up Tomiyasu, and I said, let's wait and see until he's played against better wingers first. He hasn't played against a Zaha, a Son, a Mane, a Salah, a Grealish, anybody like that, Sterling. That's when we'll see how good he truly is, you know. So I'm just kind of holding back my thoughts on some of these new signings for now. Big up Fred Red 50 with the super chat. Thoughts on Leon Bailey destroying Everton? Listen, as a man with Jamaican roots and family, of course, I love to see it. He was fantastic yesterday. Come on for 21 minutes and got man of the match, got a goal and an assist. And I think he'll do a lot of good things this season for Villa. 30 million, I'm really surprised that one of the bigger teams didn't buy him. Brutal Inferno, you're doing overtime, Curtis. Listen, man, it's a pleasure to do this, to be honest. So for me, it doesn't feel like any kind of work. We're just having a conversation and watching the game. Free kick to Spurs, right on the edge of the box. And this is a great opportunity for them. They've started the game well. John going to tell his wife he defeated Big C and we'll get some. Anyone who watched the earlier stream, you know, me and John was having some banter about Solskjaer, but he won the battle today. It was good fun, though. All fun and games. Zaha quiet yesterday. Old man Milner pocketed him. Free kick to Tottenham, right on the edge of the penalty area. It's Harry Kane. It's deflected, and it will probably go out for a corner. It was almost too close for Kane to get that up and down. He's hitting it so much power on it as well. Well, Levan said, Curtis, your chair must be bare sweaty with a second straight watch. I had to give it a little wipe down in between, man. Don't worry. This chair is used to the long shifts, you know. Amsterdam, Thailand. As an Arsenal fan, would you like to see a win or is a draw best? Listen, I think Tottenham are our rivals more than Chelsea this year. A draw or a Chelsea win for me. The fact we play Tottenham next week, I know we all want to think and believe, and we have to hope. Can Arsenal perform a miracle and get top four? But if I'm being realistic, number one, we're not good enough. Number two, the other four teams are far better than us. I believe we're a top six hope this year. So we play Tottenham next week, and I think Tottenham losing this game is a better result than Spurs winning, that's for sure. I have a strange feeling Kane will flop this season. Interesting. Are you Jamaican or Dominican? Both. Dominica on my mum's side, Jamaica on my dad's side. I agree, Curtis. Son has X factor. I'm genuinely surprised that Tottenham have never had to reject offers to keep Son, because I think he's a top quality player. Chelsea, one of their first attacks, Havertz. Aspilicueta on the overlap, back to Havertz on his left foot. It's a chance, takes too long. His shot hits Lukaku and they waste it there. I think one of the questions that are being asked about Chelsea is their ability to score 2 or 3 or 4. I know they scored a few the other week against Palace, but in some of these big games, I think people are saying, is Tuchel overly defensive at times? And, you know, if they go behind and stuff, are they capable of scoring 2 or 3 goals against these bigger teams? I know they did against Arsenal, but, you know, we were all over the place at the time. So we will see today. Kepa's T-Rex arms got me worried, says Captain Roscoe. Abzir said PSG v Leon maybe watch along. Unlikely, but not impossible. Not impossible. You know, Messi, Mbappe, Neymar, Awar as well. If it was Marseille, I would have definitely done it because, we could have Saliba and Guendouzi watched, but possibly. Kai, I played for Jamaica at youth level. So I actually played for Jamaica at youth level and Dominica at full international level. So, yeah, but maybe I'll tell the stories. We'll do some football streams over time. Big up Jay says, big up Curtis, RIP, the great Jimmy Greaves, a true legend, 100%. Great goal scorer. That's crazy indeed. A real rumor about Son, him being an Asian, should also be a thing for clubs to buy him. I mean, listen, just purely on his footballing talent. Obviously, people will look at it and say there's a huge market of revenue there and shirt sales and stuff like that. Son would be an even bigger commodity if he played for, a Barcelona or a Bayern Munich. But just in general, what a great player. And I'm shocked that Tottenham have never had to hold on to it. Khalid said, Kurt, my two favorite players from Crystal Palace are Zaha and Balassi. Do you have any stories? Obviously, yeah, I've been friends with Balassi for over 10 years. And I have to admit, I used to love watching those two play out wide. It was almost like playground football. It was the things them two were doing. No matter what team Palace were playing, I said, your fullbacks, one of them at the very least is going to get ripped apart today. Zaha and Balassi, man, they must have been an absolute nightmare to play against. I think Zaha has managed his career quite badly. Signed a long-term contract and then a year later decided he wanted to leave, and that contract has really kept him stuck at Palace, and I'm not sure he'll ever get the move. Due to that contract. Balassi, of course, got a good move to Everton. He's in Turkey at the moment. But they were very exciting. I think some will go to Man U. I think with Man United now, I know, they got so many wide players in, Sancho, Greenwood, Rashford, Martial. I don't know, would they go for Son at this stage? He just signed his new contract as well. Curtis, remember Saint and Greavesy show on Saturday? I remember that. Them old school shows, man. What was the other one? Badil and Skinner. All them ones. Soccer AM was better back in the day as well with Tim Lovejoy, Helen Chamberlain. Snake Eyes, thank you very much for becoming a member on the channel. Member stream will be coming up in the next 2 days, I think. So probably Tuesday. I think we're going to do it Tuesday. Obviously, members, opportunity to come on the stream and so on and so forth. Keep an eye on the community page, people. Curtis, Arsenal still rocking. Imagine winning the FA Cup and European semi-final with our worst squads ever. I mean, listen, in that sense, yeah, we've ticked over even when we've been poor. But the problem is the league form has disappeared. As you're showing there, the cup competitions, one-off games we can turn up. Whereas the consistency in the league is what we've been lacking. Here come Chelsea with Alonso. Finds Havertz. I still think for Chelsea to win the league this year, creatively, they have to be a bit more fluid. When I watch Chelsea, they scream out 1-0, 2-0 victories to me. They're very solid defensively. They're very well organized. Can they consistently open up teams? I think that's going to be the question. Will they get enough goals from other players as well outside of Lukaku? If they can, they've got a very good chance of winning the league this season. Here's Marcos Alonso on his left foot. Mason Mount in support. It's good defending there by Tottenham. Rudiger dinks over the top. It's a poor... Oh, Havertz, half a chance. Good little header down to him there from Azpilicueta. He was unmarked on about the penalty spot, and he should have done a lot better there, Kai Havertz. Rudiger does well. Azpilicueta with a great header. That's poor from Havertz. New hat, big C. Yeah, I just changed the top and the hat just for the stream, obviously, because we just done the stream. Snake Eyes said, love the content. I've been watching you for a while. Keep up the good work. I'm from the US. Please hit me up if you travel here. Big up, bro. You know what? It's amazing that you interact with people that, you've never physically met. And the amount of people that are like, listen, if you ever come here, America, wherever, different parts of the world, you know. So I really appreciate it. And listen, appreciate your support on the channel. And thank you for becoming a member. United and Chelsea spoilt for choice. Their best 11 is unknown. So much attacking talent. Curtis, would you take Son or Lukaku at Arsenal? I mean, first of all, I'd take both. But if I had to choose one, I'd take Son. I'd take Son. Electric out wide. And I think Lukaku needs service. In this Arsenal team, Lukaku might not look that good. The only thing is we'd put a lot of crosses in. Lukaku's physical presence would be good, but I'd take Son because he can dribble. He's quick on the ball. And yeah, I would take Sonny. But listen, I wish we had that problem. We love you, Big C in the US. Big up Florida Water. Appreciate the support, man. Much appreciated. Jamar said Son as well. Cap says Son. How do you become a member? The link is in the description, bro. Kai. Ball looking for Son. No real chance. I just hope they don't like cancel each other out. It's a goal kick to Chelsea. Tuchel gives me Conte vibes. He's I don't know, at Dortmund it's funny because he was very attacking at Dortmund, and at Chelsea seems much more withdrawn, much more defensive. I think he thinks the Premier League is a very expressive and expansive league. He seems very withdrawn and keeps them very solid defensively. Lukaku will be just like Aubameyang under Arteta. You can see it, can't you? Isolated and not doing much. Ken said the world will continue opening up to you in ways you couldn't have imagined, Curtis. You use your platform really well. Big up. Thank you very much, Ken. Appreciate that. Big up Richard Reed. Big up Big C. Have a good Sunday, people. Cheers, 100%. Did you know Alonso was drunk driving and killed his friend in the car? Listen, I don't know the ins and outs of the story, but I heard, you know, that there was an accident and he was apparently over the limit. I've never really looked into the story fully, but obviously a terrible. Persian said, watching from Brooklyn always. Big up, bro. Where Brooklyn at? Where you from, bro? Where you from in BK, man? I had a friend who lived in Brownsville. He said it was crazy around there, to be fair, but Dele Alli, cross is blocked. Yeah, services are our issue. Some would be more useful to us at this point. Chelsea on the break. 3-on-2. Lukaku. Oh, my days. Oh, what a miss. What a miss. I think that's Mason Mount. That is poor. Plays a little 1-2 with Lukaku, and the shot is blocked. Seemed to take too long. Jorginho takes out Harry Kane. Do you know what? I'm not even sure that Mason Mount expected that. Great play by Mount. I don't know if Lukaku means to pass that to him or whether he flicks it round the corner or it's just a bad touch. Lukaku gives it him back. Poor from Mason Mount. What I would say in his defense, maybe, no, in fact, I can't defend him. It's a lovely pass from Lukaku. It takes too long to get the shot off. Curtis, you should get the Ajax third kit with the Jamaican colours. Bro, I looked online for it. It was sold out everywhere. I couldn't get it. Loads of people bought it. Apparently, it's massively popular. Big up, Kai. Thank you very much for becoming a member. Really appreciate your support on the channel. I always check the community page for the members stuff, but I'll try and let people know on the streams as well. So much appreciated, bruv. Put respect on Lukaku's name. Yeah, come on, man. Lukaku's a certified striker. We all know that. We all know that. When Arsenal win, it's a great week for us. Come on, Mukhtar. You're right there, man. Shaquille said, Curtis, when I tried becoming a member of your channel, it tells me that it isn't again in my country. Yeah, I don't know the restrictions, man. If not, obviously, it's a shame. I didn't realize there was restrictions. Abshir said, Big C, you are worldwide. Love from Copenhagen. Big up from Denmark, bro. Arsenal, South Africa. Curtis, if you ever come to Portsmouth, hit me up. Hey, big up, bro. I've been Portsmouth a couple of times, actually, to watch Arsenal. Good atmosphere down there. Corner to Spurs, whipped in, headed away by Alonso. They keep it ticking over. Reguilon, he's got Kane on the outside. Whips into the back post. Headed down, and Kepa takes it. Craig said, Curtis, Aubameyang has got credit in the bank, but to be honest, Aubameyang is finished. Listen, I always used to say Aubameyang has got credit in the bank, and that's why I'll defend him. But right now, he is deep in the overdraft. I can't lie. He's deep in the overdraft. There ain't a lot of money left in there, man. He's about to be in debt with bailiffs at the door. So, yeah, man, he's definitely running out of credit. Big up Lionel, big up Big C, still here, fam. I appreciate the support, man. Krubial said I'm from Vancouver, Canada. Thank you very much. So how many goals did you get in your football time? Oh, mate, a lot, to be fair. If we're talking about from a young age as well. Yeah, man was banging goals in, I can't lie. Persian said, I live in Brownsville, fam. That's crazy. Originally from Guyana. But I always tune in. Yo, that's mad. Yeah, my boy, man. He's from Jamaica. He moved over to Brooklyn. He was in Brownsville. I think he goes to university in Brooklyn, I believe. But he was living in Brownsville. That's mad. Small world, man. See what I mean? Small world. Big up Persian. Big up. Man's originally from Guyana. My old cricket coach was a guy called Andrew Jackman. I think he actually played for Guyana years ago. And yeah, he's from Georgetown. Used to tell me stories about Guyana all the time, man. Got a few friends who play football for him as well. Neil Dans, I think he plays for Guyana national team now. Kalish said, watching from Mauritius. Thank you very much for tuning in. We're worldwide, people. We're worldwide. I thought our finishing was poor. Yeah, man. But these lot have got less problems than us, Chelsea. Noel Spicer said, big up Curtis. We had Saints and Greaves. How about Curtis and Fran with special guests talking about football and life? It's a good idea. You will see me doing more content with Fran as the weeks go on. And, we'll be discussing things like that. MOP Brownsville, what a track. Come on, MOP settings, man. Saw them in concert years ago in Nottingham. They was, I think they signed to 50 Cent later on in their career. And 50 brought them out. MOP, man. It was MOP, Mobb Deep, Mace, 50, Lloyd Banks. Yeah, it was good, man. Proper. Curtis, player like Havertz only thrives in a form well-organized team. Yeah, possibly. Mati said, Big C, love from Germany, Romania, bro. Appreciate that. He ain't going to shout you, mate. Nah. Listen, maybe, maybe. Just move country. Curtis, Brighton looked better without Ben White. They bumped us with 50 million. It's bad, innit? Florida Water, that bank Aubameyang has credit in his foreclosed. Yeah, maybe it's done now, man. Callie said, when you come in Luton, Kurt, hey, big up, bro. Curtis Shaw TV, worldwide, Mexican Guna. Appreciate it, bruv. Amsterdam, Thailand said, yes, I have the same, Curtis. I would have been a member a long time already, but in Thailand, I can't be a member for some reason. It's crazy. I don't know why those restrictions apply for certain countries. The bank is bankrupt. The Aubameyang bank's a mess, right? Oh, chance for Spurs. Reguilon whips it in. Good defending by Rudiger. That is a poor cross. He's just got to get it in front of him. And there's a great chance there to score. Kane whips it in. Kepa fumbles it. Oh, my days. Rudiger manages to hold him off. What is going on there, man, with Kepa? Good little flick there from Dele Alli. Great play by Son. Lays it off to Reguilon. He's just got to whip that ball in front of Rudiger. To be fair, Rudiger gets in a great position. Gets in a really good position. Man said Aubameyang's filed for bankruptcy. Chance for Chelsea. Alonso on the overlap. Terrible cross. This deflected corner. Starting to be a bit more entertaining this game now. What are they doing a VAR check for? I don't get it. Jason So said, big up Curtis, watching from Australia at 2 a.m. now. I appreciate that kind of commitment, man. Fran is the man. Big up, Fran. Handy, have you played any FA Cup games in your career? Yeah, a few. Obviously, my teams usually went out in the earlier rounds. Didn't, unfortunately, play against any of the Prem teams or anything. But, yeah, we was in the earlier rounds. Tirana 1, shout out Curtis from Melbourne. Appreciate that. The sporting capital of Australia, they call it, don't they? Here's Jorginho. The clearance came on the corner. Chelsea haven't created much so far. They've had a couple of half chances. Christensen out wide. Here's Mason Mount. Goes past Romero, shoots, good block. Dele Alli, he went past Romero very easy. The Kepa chocolate hands, man. He's got, that doesn't get spoken about enough. That has got to be one of the worst signings in Premier League history. 70 million. Awful. Oh, Son. Boy, long ball for Son there. He was outpacing Rudiger. But Kepa gets off his line. Persian said, love and respect always, fam. I'm from Georgetown too. Every time I'm watching football, Mum always asks me if I'm not watching the UK guy who got the funny commentary. The funny UK guy, you know. Hey, big up, man. Big up to the family, man. Appreciate the support. Man like chocolate hands, Kepa. Shook ones by Mob Deep sums us up. Yeah, it would sum up Arsenal right now. Maybe it's the quiet storm Mob Deep instead. Maybe we're coming back quietly, you know. Kepa with the Kit Kat fingers. Do you know what? I don't think they can get rid of him. He's on huge wages and his career, his reputation is not too high right now. Iron Grizzly 83, bless up Big C. Loving the watch-alongs, very entertaining. Watching from Bermuda. Thank you very much. Lovely part of the world, Bermuda as well. Great place. A few friends have been there as well. Big C TV worldwide, yes. Mohammed said, Curtis, what do you think we need in January? Still think we need a midfielder. I still think when Thomas Partey's not playing, we're a poor midfield. I would still love to see a Basuma. I think Awar has actually said now that he won't move in January. So I think that one's out the door. But yeah, I would still be looking for a central midfielder. I think we'll look at a striker probably in the summer. Thank God we didn't sign Emerson. I mean, let's see. I don't want to write him off after one game. He did get ripped apart by Zaha, but Zaha can rip a lot of players apart, you know. Boy 10 said, does Chelsea's position in the league, along with the undoubted quality of KDB, Lukaku and Salah, give the idea of scouting young and scouting well? Yeah, definitely. You know, you look at these players that Chelsea are finding. It's not an accident. They clearly have a philosophy in place and they're finding top quality young players. Kasim said Tottenham playing some beautiful football. They look dangerous, man. Arsenal are going to have to perform way better next week. Levan said, funny UK guy, soon going to be on Sky Sports and Match of the Day. Let's hope so, man. Let's keep working and see where it gets us. We need a Dembele type of player. He was a proper midfielder, to be fair. Kovacic is class. Yep, good on the ball. Chill said Spurs should have sold Kane and looks like he's just going through the motions. Kepa must be thinking, ish, here we go again. Spurs look up for it. I haven't seen Kane play well for Spurs in the few games he's played. He still looks a little bit like, I wish I was at Manchester City. He needs to get that out of his head, but maybe you won't get as good a Kane this year. Maybe Spurs should have sold him. I don't know. He's so difficult to replace. That's the problem. I like Ndombele. Very good player. Silky baller. Big up watching in Eastern Las Vegas. The bright lights, man. Maybe they're the lights that Mikel Arteta can see, you know, the lights of Vegas. Into Lukaku. Lays it back off. Oh, shot there by Christensen. Edge of the box. Tries to bend it and it goes just wide. Curtis, did you see the trouble after the game yesterday? No. What game? Arsenal? Was there trouble after the Arsenal game? I haven't seen nothing. I'll have to try and catch up with that. I know there was a lot of trouble midweek. Napoli against Leicester. I saw that. But I haven't seen anything with Arsenal. I'll have to check. Ryan says, big up Big C, watching from sunny Basildon. Hey, man, listen, when the sun's out, you know, it's always good, man. It's always good. Are those reports that we nearly signed him actually true? Which player are we talking about here? I'm trying to think who we're referring to. Which player? Vegas ain't healthy for some people. Oh, man. What a place, though. What a place. Hangover settings for anyone who's watched the films. Oh, Emerson, sorry. Yeah, apologies. Yeah, apparently the talks were advanced and we pulled out. What I was hearing was that Edu wanted him, but Arteta wanted Tomiyasu more. So I think there was a bit of a disagreement. Burnley and Arsenal fans throwing punches. I will check that out after. I'm sure it must be all over YouTube. Brio said, big ups from South Africa. Kepa and Lloris are going to decide this game. They both have a mistake in them. One of them's definitely got a mistake in him more than the other. So I'm sure one of them will have something. The Bellingham situation is true as well. Edu, apparently we're in advanced talks to sign him from Birmingham, and Edu squashed the deal and said no. So thanks a lot, Edu, you clown. What's your prediction? AJ Usyk. I think Usyk's going to get beat. I think AJ's too powerful for him. Big C, you are big in VR, watching on my virtual reality headset on my 160-inch virtual TV. Yo, man's got them facilities, you know, them proper facilities in the yard. Mohammed, don't we all, my friend? He said, I miss Alexis Sanchez at Arsenal. We all do. You know, that prime Alexis was a special, special talent, man. Hangover, what a movie. Oh, man. It's one of the best. Alan, one of the funniest. Rifty said, big up my guy, love from Sri Lanka. Big up, bro. Appreciate you tuning in. Edu Masterclass. Yeah, I mean, if you want a barbecue, get Edu round, mate. If you want to sign players to make you successful, you do not get Edu. That's for certain. Steve says, big up locked in Romford, Essex. Yes, appreciate that. Crazy Cliff, imagine Prime Ozil and Alexis with Aubameyang. I said this so many times, Cliff. Arsenal are that club that they buy quality when they're replacing. We bought Aubameyang when Alexis left. We should have bought him 2 years later and added him to Alexis Sanchez, you know? We were crying out for that striker that could move and Ozil could feed. But we had Giroud up there. Giroud was a decent player. But the lack of movement was always going to hold us back, you know? Curtis, are you ready for Waffle Week? Yeah, we'll get a lot of it this week. There'll be a lot of interviews of Arteta going into the derby. And we'll be reviewing the press conference and everything tomorrow, 2 p.m, people. Imagine Alexis and Aubameyang. I reckon they would have got on well. I really do. On the pitch, definitely. Fatul said, big up C from Malaysia. Big up. George Elakobi. Yes, Curtis. Big up, man. Curtis, what's the potential Arsenal target players for January? I mean, realistically, I don't think Arsenal will do much in January. I'm not going to lie. We signed a lot of players. I think Arsenal will sign 1, maybe 2. I still think we need a midfielder. I still think when Thomas Partey is unavailable, our midfield is not good enough. Lukonga looks good, but Xhaka, El Neni, and Maitland-Niles, that for me is not enough. I would like to see Arsenal sign a midfielder, but will they? You know, I think Awar put out a statement saying he doesn't want to leave mid-season, and Basuma, these links just don't seem to be there. Chris Wheatley saying that Arsenal are not particularly interested in him. Jaws 100 said, Curtis, this is the rebuild. Let's look at the team we have now. Backline seems to be sorted, especially with Saliba coming back. Midfield with Partey, etc. looks decent. I do think we need to add to that, though. Attack rebuild is next, but it's got to happen quickly, you know? That's the issue. Fans don't want to wait another season of rebuilding and nothing happening. We need to see a fluent, vibrant attack. Brian said he's going to North London derby, possibly. I haven't yet decided. Oh, ball whipped in by Alonso, headed away, comes out to Jorginho. I've got a ticket. If I go, I will vlog and do a reaction video afterwards. If I don't go, obviously we'll do the watch along. But there's going to be a lot of build up to the game from about Wednesday, Thursday. We'll be doing lots of build up. Big C, if you can only have one, Fabregas or Sanchez. I love Fabregas, but I'll go Alexis because I think he can actually be the match winner. Fabregas is the provider. To be fair, we probably need Fabregas more as the creative midfielder next to Partey, but I couldn't say no to Sanchez, man. He's too good in the attack. So if I'm being logical, I should probably take Fabregas, but I'm taking Alexis, man. We need a watch along for the North London derby. I hear you. Such a big game. Watch along settings are needed. Harry Kane gets absolutely muscled there by Christensen. Kane doesn't look at it, I can't lie. Here's Aspilicueta, finds Mason Mount, whips it in, looking for Lukaku. Oh, chance there. Havertz might have got on the end of that, and it goes out for a goal kick. Mark said go to the game, Curtis. Do you know what it is? I'll be honest with you. There's 2 games in the Premier League season that I love going to. Manchester United at home and Tottenham at home. Don't get me wrong, other games are very good. Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City. But I just love the atmosphere at the Tottenham game and the Man United games. Vibrant atmosphere. So, but we'll see. I'll keep you updated, people. Kane's too stiff. Man took 3 seconds to do a one body feint. He doesn't look great, Kane. I've got to be honest. He does not look great at the moment. Maybe he's not fully fit. Navari Richard said, Big C, you've seen that they made up accounts for the Arteta questions. Our PR bodybuilder levels compared to everyone's skinny frame. Listen, our PR unbelievable. When I saw the questions, I was like, these are very easy and friendly questions to answer, and then there were rumors that these accounts were made up, that their accounts had just been made and stuff like that. So I'm not surprised. Was Prime Alexis better than Hazard? I think he was. Maybe it's Arsenal bias, but I think he was. I do. I think Hazard was, don't get me wrong, and it's close. Prime Hazard was unbelievable. Okay, Son! Kepa saves it. He looks offside anyway. But yeah, I just think Alexis didn't need as much as Hazard did. Alexis, just give me the ball. I'm going to make something happen. I'm that good. Now, Hazard could do that as well, but he had a Fabregas feeding him. He had a Diego Costa linking up the play. And I feel like Sanchez was carrying way more weight on his shoulders. So, I loved Hazard as well, but I would just go with Alexis. Kane's going through the motions. He wants out, don't he? He clearly wanted that City move. Curtis, I want you to stream, but you can't miss the North London derby, so go for it. Listen, whatever I do, people, there'll be content. There'll be a vlog or a watch-along, one of the two. Kane has become slower than Mertesacker. He doesn't look sharp. He was never the quickest anyway, but he doesn't look great. Cap said Alexis made his own goals. Alexis was unbelievable. Last-minute penalties, he could do it all. RIP earphone users. Kane and Saka plays better for England than Arsenal and Spurs. Yeah, somebody said this yesterday. Does Saka play better for England than Arsenal now? I think they were saying. I think what Noel was saying. Did the sound go crazy for a second on the thing? Apologies. Curtis, thoughts on Brighton this season? They're doing well. Big win for them today against Leicester. I was surprised. Makil said they are not fake accounts. Those are Arsenal fans. Most of our fan base are deluded. I think what they were saying was some of the accounts had been made in September 2021. So the feeling was that maybe Arsenal have made these accounts up and asked the questions, That's where it all sort of came from. Or there was accounts where people were saying they haven't tweeted for 3 years and all of a sudden they're asking a question. It just seemed a bit, you know what I mean? It seemed a bit dodgy in that sense. Curtis, if 80 mil came in for Saka, would you sell him? I have to admit, for 80 mil, I'd find it difficult to say no. I think he's a good player, but is he worth £80 million? It depends who you lined up as a replacement. If you're giving me a top player, then we'll have that conversation. But I heard rumors the other day that Leroy Sané could be available at the end of the season, or, it depends who you could get. But he's definitely, for 80 mil, I think Arsenal, I'm telling you now, I think Kroenke would take 80 mil for Saka. I really do. Hope they draw this match. I just want to see some goals, man. Even if it's 1-1, 2-2, I don't want to see a 0-0. Man United game earlier was fantastic. This game's a bit boring at the moment. Fran might be right. Graham Potter in for Arsenal. See, I get what he's saying about Graham Potter. He's definitely a good coach, plays good football. I worry about his ability to handle big characters. I've always said this is like a misbehaving classroom, this Arsenal class, or team, should I say. And I think they need a big character, a winner, to come in and say, listen, you lot listen to me. This is what's happening. I feel like they will just take the mick out of Graham Potter. Like, who are you? And that's my worry about him. We're level on points with Leicester. Leicester, I'm telling you, Leicester look like things aren't all rosy in the garden for them this season. I feel like there's a bit of a problem there. I don't know if Europe is getting the better of them a little bit. Injuries. Maddison dragged off at half-time today. Maybe they should have sold him to Arsenal when they had the chance, you know. Sell Saka and get Gnabry, he said he would play for us. I mean, listen, if you offered me Gnabry for Saka, I'm taking it. Yeah, I would take that swap deal. I can't lie. How is Buendia doing? Do you know what? I'll be honest with you. I haven't seen much of what Buendia is doing for Aston Villa. And I caught a bit of the Villa game yesterday, but I didn't even notice if he was playing. I was just watching Leon Bailey, to be honest. Yeah, the FA apparently are investigating the clash at Turf Moor between Burnley and Arsenal fans. So it is obviously something quite big happened. I will try and catch up on that afterwards. I'll drive Saka to Germany for Gnabry. I'm telling you, I would take that deal. Give me 90 million for Saka and release Gervinho 2.0 and buy proper wingers. Abs destroying them. How's Maddison doing? He's having a bad time, man, at Leicester. It's not going well. Buendia didn't come on. Jeez. Maybe it's not going well for him. Anthony said, what should Arsenal's target be for this season? We should be aiming for 5th because of the money. Money we have spent, no European football. We have to finish above the teams in Europe. I've said top 6 this season. And a lot of Arsenal fans get unhappy when I say that. They go, nah, should be top 4. I'm just being honest. With this manager and this squad, I don't think we've got a top 4 in us. I don't know if we've got that level of consistency. I hope somehow we pull it out the bag, but I would be shocked. I really would be shocked. I think top 6, that gets you Europa League. Try and win the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup, and we move from there. Get back in Europe, get that money back. You can attract better players when you're in Europe. You got more money to spend. I think that's the best we can hope for under this manager. But if they go beyond that, then great. Layla said, Curtis, please respond. Can Norwich even get 10 points this season? 15 straight Prem defeats, including 5 straight defeats this season. Thoughts? I think Norwich, I said before, Norwich will get relegated. They'll finish bottom of their league. They're the worst team in the league. They might break records this year for the lowest points tally. They are poor. They are seriously poor. And I feel like when Norwich get promoted, it's almost as if they say, do you know what? They've made loads of money getting promoted. They get loads of TV money. It's like they don't spend nothing. They get relegated. Then they use the parachute payments to get good championship players. And then they'll get promoted again in another year or 2. I feel like it's just a financial rotation that they're doing. They don't actually try and stay up, which I find very strange with Norwich, you know. But yeah, they're not the best, that's for certain. Jim Jones said Pepe over Saka. Interesting. Charlie said I'd sell Pepe and try and buy St. Maximum. I would love St. Maximum at Arsenal. I really would. Ram said, why was I timed out? I don't know, my friend. I didn't time you out. So I'm not sure, bro. Shaquille said Saka isn't even pulling up trees game in, game out or hitting double figures for goals and assists. I'm a diehard Arsenal fan, but come on, 90 mil, you can't be that. Yeah, I mean, listen, like I said, 80 mil plus the club would sell him. It would be nice, Curtis, if you could get us stats of the players we could have or didn't sign this summer. That's another good idea, Melbourne. We'll look at that in the international break. In the international break, I always try and do some different shows, so maybe we could look at that. Corner to Chelsea, Alonso to take. It's not a particularly good corner. Doesn't beat the first defender. Dele Alli gets away with it. It's taking a long time to clear it there, and it goes out for a goal kick. This has been a poor game so far, I can't lie. Sidon, these comments are shocking me because Leicester fans have always been like, yo, Brendan Rodgers is amazing. The football, everything's great. Now Sidon's saying Rodgers giving me Arteta vibes with his stubbornness. It's crazy. But we'll take him. If you think he's that bad, we'll take him. Jaws said, I'll be real. I'm taking 50 or 60 million for Saka. Wouldn't want to sell him, but he isn't generational. Very talented young player, though. He is very talented. I do think some people exaggerated how good he was. I can't lie. I think he's very good. I wouldn't call him a generational talent. Big up Clement. Have I missed anything in this game? No, you haven't, mate. The first game, Man United West Ham, was epic. But this game so far has been a snore fest. Hopefully we get some goals at some stage. Big up Clement for tuning in. There was a comment there that I wanted to respond to, actually. That just flew off the screen. Someone was asking about tickets for the game on Wednesday. Here it is, Tristan. Yes, Curtis, can you buy tickets for the Wimbledon game at the gate? Thinking of taking my son for his first game. I believe that you have to be a member to buy tickets, or a member's got to buy tickets for you. This is where they do you. I think it's about £30 to become a member for the season. So you would have to be a member and then buy the tickets, or know somebody who's a member and get them to buy the tickets. I believe adult tickets are £11 and child tickets are £6. So that's not bad. For £17, you and your son could go to the game, and it won't be sold out either. So you'll have plenty of room and stuff. It's just the membership thing. I believe you have to be a member to buy tickets now at Arsenal. More money-making schemes, you know. Kai said, Curtis, we should get rid of either Saka or Pepe in the summer and get Harvey Barnes. Personally, the club aren't going to sell Saka. I think if Pepe, depending on the way he finishes this season, I wouldn't be surprised if the club are open to offers for Pepe in the summer. 3 seasons at the club, you got to start asking serious questions about that money that we've spent and if it's been worth it, you know. Cap said we will have Rodgers all day long. Hussein said, unpopular opinion, Tierney and ESR ain't anything special, especially Tierney. Problem of Norwich is the style of play. When you play like that, you have to score goals because they will concede more. A lot of fans starting to talk about Tierney now and say, is he as good as we thought? He's very injury prone. He's been ripped apart a few times this season by wingers as well. Jamal said, Saka needs a rest. He looks tired. ZJ said, Curtis, how do you rate Ramsey's time at Arsenal? Personally, I thought he was our best player in the 2010, slightly ahead of Alexis. I don't put him anywhere near Alexis. I found Ramsey very frustrating. I really did. That would be the word I would describe Aaron Ramsey. On one hand, Aaron Ramsey is one of the best goal-scoring midfielders that we've had in years. He scored some massive goals, FA Cup finals, this, that, the other. He loved Arsenal, you can tell. He had that season where he was phenomenal, unplayable. But the amount of games Aaron Ramsey's out of position, caught on the ball, trying to do skills in his own half, injured as well, very injury prone. I have a lot of frustration when it comes to Aaron Ramsey. I liked him and didn't like things about him. One thing I really liked about him, I felt he cared about Arsenal. But the fact you've put him above Alexis, for me, he's nowhere near Alexis. But I respect your opinion. He was definitely good, but a bit frustrating, you know. You have to be a member to buy tickets for Arsenal. See, that wasn't the case before. They've implemented that in the last year or two. I think it's for tracking and stuff like that. If you just turned up and bought a ticket and something happened inside the ground, they don't know who you are. Where now, if you're a member, they have a way of tracing, but also a way of making money, of course. E. Ross said, Big C, if we play like we did the past 2 games, how do you think we'll do against the bigger sides? I think we'll struggle. Can't lie. I think we'll struggle. Defensively, we look more solid, but attack, you know, you've seen, you know, Tottenham even look a lot more difficult to break down than the 2 teams who just played. We're going to have to improve. George Best said, I'd love to see Pepe as a striker. Interesting. A lot of people have said that as well, playing through the middle. MTG7 said Ramsey was another back and sideways merchant. I just found him very frustrating. Really did. Some games he was brilliant. Some games he was terrible. I found him very inconsistent. Kartik said our young brigade is overhyped by our fans because it's their only hope. Yeah, I hear it. I hear it. Harris King said, better than Alexis. Wasn't even good enough to lick his boots. Yeah, for me, Alexis was head and shoulders above Ramsey. I'd even put Cazorla above Ramsey, to be honest. Maybe the output wasn't as good, but in terms of talent, Emerson Royale tackles Alonso. They're throwing to Chelsea. We've got a minute to go till half time. It's been a shocking half. The Scottish Bellerin, they call in Tierney. That is harsh. Alexis was fire. Leon Bailey or Pepe? Listen, I'm trying my best to back my boy Pepe, man, at Arsenal, but it would not surprise me if Bailey has a better season than him, but because he's aggressive. He's aggressive with his running, Pepe does not have the aggression. He just doesn't. I've also said I don't know if Pepe is a dribbler. A lot of his goals at Lille, it's more like he's a runner. He runs onto things and stuff, Half-time whistle goes. Absolute snorefest of a half. Poor first half. 0-0, boring. No highlights. Get your questions and comments in, people. Go through them at half-time. Curtis, your favourite Sanchez goal? I've got a few. See, I remember one of his early goals, which a game that I was at, his volley against Manchester City at home. I think Jack Wilshere clipped it over the top. Sanchez side foot volleyed it in past Joe Hart. The ground exploded. I love that goal. FA Cup final goal against Aston Villa, crossbar and in, absolute belter. I love the penalty against Burnley last minute. He's got so many. If I had to pick one, what would my favourite Sanchez goal be? Do you know what? For some reason, it's probably not his best goal. I love his goal against West Ham, the hat-trick one. One-on-one with the goalkeeper. Does that little fake shimmy and just dinks it over the keeper for the hat-trick. I was like, you're just incredible. You're just an unbelievable player. There it is. Bugs has said it. It's not his best goal, but I just love that goal, man. Yeah, what a goal. Matt Murdoch seems to think I'm Troops, people. Man said, Troops, shout out from Singapore. Do you feel the same Mustafi vibes on Ben White? Dude's 50 mils, supposed to have straight impact, I feel. What are your thoughts? Big fan since your AFTV debut. Matt, I don't know how to break this to you, Matt, but not quite. I can still give you my opinion if you want, but we're not quite the same person, my friend. Saying says Pepe has to be in space between the left back and left centre back, Big C. His goal scoring and being clinical in the box is his best attribute. And the problem is, how often do we get Pepe in the penalty area in those spaces? Most of the time, he's on the halfway line, back to goal, trying to do what he can do. And that's a big part of the problem. Yeah, Caps, Troop Shaw, yo. A man said, hey, Matt, welcome to Troops TV. Dear me, what a day, eh? What a day. Curtis, do you think Aubameyang's dribbling and link-up plays below average? Link-up plays never been that great, has it? That's not his strength. We should go all out for Latoro in the summer. Apparently, he's signing a new contract. That's the problem. Sanchez v. Ludogorets, was that when I think he chipped the keeper, right? Who has scored the best goal for Arsenal, in your opinion? Sanchez, Henry, or Bergkamp? First of all, it's got to be Henry or Bergkamp. I'm just saying that straight up. Bergkamp against Newcastle, one of the best skills I've ever seen in my life. What he done to Dabi's ass, that is illegal. The Leicester hat-trick as well. And then Henry, I mean, how many? Which one do you want? Do you want running from your own half against Spurs? Do you want twisting Zanetti inside and out in the Champions League? Or do you want flick up the ball and volley it over Fabian Barthez? Or do you want Liverpool run past? Whatever you need is there. I got to say, Thierry's there for me. I got to go Thierry. Even the one against West Ham where he spins and just volleys it in the top corner. Either that or Bergkamp. Bergkamp's skill is what he did to Dabi's ass. They should have arrested him for it. That's how good it is. It's a moment of genius. Van Persie as well. The volley, them full first-time volleys and that. Kurt Troop Shaw, oh, man. Man said, hi, Stricto, love your channel, big up. Hi, Ty, thoughts on the Burnley game from your biggest fan. I'm telling you, man, I don't know what happened to Matt Murdoch there, bro. He's gone. Henry v. Carragher. Man's running around the linesman to come back and get the ball. It's all mad. Goal v Real Madrid, threw prime Ronaldo to the floor. That was crazy. Just dashed him off him. Sanchez chop v West Ham at the London Stadium. Ridiculous, mate. Little chip over the keeper. Sidon, he's laughing now, but he weren't laughing earlier. But listen, I respect your honesty because you didn't go missing. What do you think the problem is at Leicester? I thought Leicester bought well in the summer. Samare and Dakar. Is it just Rodgers being a bit too stubborn with things now? Fantasy team still ain't looking great, man. We got a lot of work to do to catch back up, to be fair. Yeah, to be fair, yeah, because, yeah, you said Real Madrid. To me, prime Ronaldo is Barcelona/Inter Milan. Even at Real Madrid, he was overweight. He'd had the injury. He was, don't get me wrong, he was still balling, still scored that hat-trick against Man United. But prime R9 was Barcelona/Inter Milan for me. Nemo said, Curtis, yesterday a Chelsea fan told me Drogba, Lampard and Kante are better than Henry. Come on. That's pure troll settings, man. A lot of Chelsea fans use this Drogba record in the final when you have an Henry debate, and that's what they've got in it, you know. But overall, Thierry. Henry v Danny Mills nutmegged him, ruined him. Barca Inter definitely for R9. Best game of the Emirates era, I would say. I think beating Barcelona was epic. I think that was the stadium was rocking that day. Well, listen, we haven't achieved much greatness at the Emirates. Our biggest days have been at Wembley recently, with the FA Cup wins and that. Curtis, today, R9 or Ronaldinho? I hate this question, you know, because R9 for me is the best striker. Ronaldinho is... I used to say, and I still kind of believe it, that his peak is higher than most players that have ever played the game. How can you be that skillful and that effective? The things he was doing, we've never seen. We've never seen a player do what Ronaldinho does. R9 is my favorite. I think it was the striker bias, but I think Ronaldinho is more entertaining. I do. I think he's the most entertaining player we've ever watched. So it's almost an impossible question. What I would say, you put those two in this generation, I think they'll be even better because you can't tackle anymore. Ronaldinho would win penalties left, right, and centre. And R9 would score. Look at the lack of quality strikers now. Imagine how many goals R9 would score, you know. Matt Murdoch, he's back. He knows who I am now. Hey, big up, Matt. Appreciate your super chat, bro. No need to apologize, but he said, sorry for calling you troops. I copy-pasted it, you know. Anyway, could you give me your opinion on Ben White? Because dude's 50 million, he almost gave the goal. Hey, don't worry, man. No worries. It's all good banter anyway. But now listen, Ben White for me, I said it before, for 50 million, he doesn't look like a 50 million pound centre back. For 50 million, your game should be instantly improving the level of that team. And I'm just not sure that was the defender we needed. Time will tell. I don't want to write him off at this stage, but he didn't look good yesterday. But he won't have many more physical battles than Barnes and Chris Wood. So maybe against less physical strikers, he'll look a better player. But yeah, people still asking about the R9 and R10 debate. It's difficult. I find it very difficult because I have to admit, as I've got older, I've almost loved Ronaldinho more and more because I feel like the modern game is going further away from that kind of individual brilliance. So when I watch Ronaldinho, it's like, oh my days, what I would do to see a player like that in the modern game. So yeah, interesting. But I appreciate your super chat, bro. Bradder said Neymar is a better skiller than R10. Controversial, but I said it. I do not agree with that. I respect it, but I don't agree with it. Neymar is probably the most skillful since Ronaldinho, but I think Ronaldinho was more skillful. But it's opinions. It's opinions, man. Don't judge the player by their price. Unfortunately, it happens. We say this all the time, don't judge Pepe by his price. He didn't buy himself for 72 mil. But the price will always be something that you're judged on, unfortunately. What's the first thing people say? Oh, Leon Bailey, look, he only cost 30 mil. Pepe cost 72. Saint-Maximin cost 25 mil. Pepe cost 72. It will always be something that he can't shake off. And also, you have to remember, it's not like we've bought players for more than him and you'll kind of forget about it. He's our most expensive player in the history of the football club. And we're looking at him going, we need more than that, bro. We need more than that. So whilst I agree with you, we shouldn't judge him by the price tag. He will always be judged by the price tag. It's just the reality. David Contreras, thank you very much for your super chat, bro. If Arsenal could sign one player from CONCACAF, North American region, who would it be? I'd say you should go in for Jonathan David in a few years. Listen, give me Alphonso Davies. I know we don't really need a left back too much, but he's that good. I got to take Alphonso Davies, But Jonathan David looks like he's becoming a very good player. We were being linked with him at one stage as well. Ronaldinho is fun to watch. Sidon actually put a reply in what I was asking about the Leicester situation. I believe I've missed it. Here we go. He said, Curtis will still have a good season, easy top 7. It's just that Rodgers has got too many good options. Dakar, Iheanacho, Samare, Lookman, and I can't remember what that guy's name is, KDH, all on the bench. Once we get a fixed first 11, we will be fire. See, sometimes option for managers causes complications. And he hasn't really had those options at Leicester. Leicester's team has kind of picked itself over the last couple of years. That's a lot easier to manage. Now he's got options. And, these Dakars and Samaris, they haven't come to Leicester to sit on the bench. So he's under a bit more pressure. And how is he going to deal with that? It'll be interesting. Craig said Ronaldinho is a GOAT, the most skillful player, the most skillful footballer I've ever seen. He's unbelievable. Certainly the most skillful. Ronaldinho is clear of Neymar. Everybody loves R10 compared to that diving, see you next Tuesday Neymar. Listen, people need to remember Ronaldinho's won the World Cup, mate. He's won the World Cup. He's won the Copa America. He's won the Champions League. Neymar hasn't won that World Cup. Yeah, so Ronaldinho, there's levels to this. You know what I'm saying? Marquino said, you're right, Curtis. Even when Rodgers was at Liverpool, the team picked itself. There you go. You had the Sterling, Suarez, Sturridge. You had your Henderson, Gerrard, Coutinho. Do you know what I mean? I can't remember their full-back 4 at the time, but you knew certain players. And even with Klopp, Klopp for the last couple of years, the Liverpool team has picked itself. Salah, Mane, Firmino, it's picked itself. And sometimes that's a lot easier, When you've got options, sometimes it becomes more difficult. And I think that's what's happening with Rodgers now. Ishan said it's the centre-backs, Curtis, with Leicester. Vestergaard is very poor, and Sionchu isn't that good as well. They are missing Evans and Fofana. Do you know what? I really haven't watched Leicester too much this season, but I haven't really seen much of Vestergaard. When they signed him, I thought 15 million. He's done pretty well at Southampton. That's good business. But I have seen a few people saying he looks a bit slow and they're missing Fofana. And I didn't even realise Johnny Evans was injured. MX said, true, R10 never dive. Definitely not like Neymar. Sidn't said, you're right. I could name you the first 11 with a blindfold for the last 2 seasons. This season is different. Yeah. You said that GOAT will always be R9. What a player. What a striker. Looks like N'Golo Kante is coming on for Chelsea. Second half after the break. He's just getting his instructions now. Best free kick taker. I think some of the best free kick takers, they're not even the best ones in terms of biggest names. I look at Juninho, who used to play for Lyon, Sinisa Mihailovic, Pierre Van Hooijdonk. These kind of guys here were the most prolific. Like someone said there straight away, Juninho was unbelievable at free kicks. Beckham was good at free kicks. He was good. Neymar dived too much and cried. Ronaldinho changed matches laughing on the pitch. And that is the difference. You know what I'm saying? One was crying, one was smiling. Juninho, no debate. Kalanoglu, good as well. Juninho became Mihailovic in terms of the free kicks. Messi, very good at free kicks as well. Ward-Prowse, good set-piece specialist. Malcolm, Roberto Carlos. Not CR7, man. CR7 scores bangers, but he hardly ever scores free kicks. Let's be real. Nakamura, got a great record for free kicks. Willian, not so much at Arsenal. Glenn Hoddle. I used to love watching Glenn Hoddle, real good, skillful player. Odegaard, yeah, man. I'm telling you. Amsterdam, Thailand said, that's why I asked Curtis, because in one of the last streams, you went for R10 for the first time. Do you know what it is? I've been watching a lot of Ronaldinho stuff lately. My son loves Ronaldinho. So because he was fresh in the memory, I was like, you know what? This guy might be the best I've ever seen. So I started thinking Ronaldinho is better than Ronaldo R9. It's close. It's very difficult. I have to admit, I enjoy watching Ronaldinho more than anybody else. I've never enjoyed watching a footballer as much as Ronaldinho. I can't lie. So yeah, you got me there. I'm a little bit caught in between, but I don't know. I feel like I'm slightly moving towards Ronaldinho, but I don't know what's happened to me. I never thought I would ever put anybody above R9 Ronaldo, but it's still close. It's still close. Who doesn't love Ronaldinho? You have to, don't you? You have to. Zidane for free kicks was brilliant as well, 100%. James Rodriguez, Stuart Pearce, yeah, these guys were very good free kick takers, man. Ronaldinho stopped focusing on football to party. Neymar stopped to play video games and chat up his sister. These allegations, man. we have to be careful with them. Curtis, unpopular opinion, Bergkamp is better than Zidane. I can't back that comment up. I would love to as an Arsenal fan. I really would. But I can't back that comment up, Tyab. I really can't. Zidane is... You're talking about a whole nother level, man. Champions League final, World Cup final, scored. Nah. I'm a gooner, so I would love to really support you on that comment, but I have to put my hands up. I'm not involved in that. Alonso, good save by Lloris. That is a great save. Defo worth a stream during international break. I can see we seem to have great discussion when we start talking about older players, who's the GOAT. I think during the international break, that is definitely a stream we're going to do, people. Who are your favorite players of all time? We'll maybe do a top 5 and they maybe pick the greatest 11 of all time, something like that, people. I think we'll have a good discussion on that. People seem to have different opinions. Hussein said, Big C in striker debates, everyone forgets Samuel Eto'o was 10 times better than Drogba. Basically won 2 Champions Leagues for Barca and 1 for Inter. Turned up in any big game, but all games. My favourite striker. Eto'o is definitely underrated, in my opinion. I really believe that. He's a monster of a player. DC said Zidane is my favourite of all time. 2006, he carried France. Probably the best midfielder, especially as a ball player that we've seen, I would say, Zidane. What can't that guy do? He scored in the Champions League final, one of the best volleys you'll ever seen. World Cup final, he chipped the keeper from a penalty. There's not a lot he couldn't do, to be honest. Eto'o is clear of Drogba, 100%. His goal record's phenomenal. Yeah, Eto'o definitely better than Drogba. Bergkamp will always be my favourite. You're a big Bergkamp fan. Best 11 in the actual positions. Yeah, man, 100%. You forgot Xhaka for free kicks. Oh, yeah, he's 1 free kick out of about 50. Essien or Makaleli. Ooh, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. Makaleli was a lot more disciplined, just kind of sat in front of the back four and cleaned up. Essien, I feel like, was a better athlete, where Makaleli had a better brain, read the game better. And I don't think Essien ever fully fulfilled his potential. He was injury prone, but he was a monster. He was a monster, man. I think if Essien would have stayed fit, we may have been saying Essien, his box-to-box ability was incredible. One of the best athletes I've probably seen. Oh, Riquelme, honestly. I used to watch videos of him. So laid back, so skillful, so good on the ball. Phenomenal. Corner to Chelsea, whipped in header! 1-0 to Chelsea! 1-0 to Chelsea. It is Thiago Silva with the goal. Corner whipped in. Good header by Thiago Silva, and it's in the bottom corner, 1-0 to Chelsea. What a player he is, by the way, Thiago Silva. How old is he? 36 years of age. Marcus Alonso, away swinging corner. Thiago Silva climbs, bottom corner. Who was marking him there? He's relatively unmarked. It's Dele Alli doesn't jump. They're clearly doing now Dele Alli gets bullied. In fact, he doesn't even jump. 1-0 to Chelsea. Thiago Silva, who, by the way, is another very underrated player in my opinion. I think at the moment you got to rate Thiago Silva as one of the best centre-backs of probably the last 10, 12 years. Outside of your kind of Ramos and people like that, he is a monster of a central defender. Silva is almost 37, I believe. Incredible player. What a leader. What a leader. And 1-0 to Chelsea. They started this second half slightly better. They've had a few set pieces. And what are Tottenham going to do now? Kante came on at half-time for Mason Mount. And he'll give them that energy. And Chelsea lead 1-0. And to be fair, Chelsea are one of them teams that when they go 1-0 up, you think this is going to be very difficult to break them down now. The oldest players in the league both scored. Who's the oldest players? Who's the other one? I actually can't think. Ronaldo, I'm assuming, 36, yeah. Pep Teta says, big up Big C, Sarr or Rafinha as a placement for Pepe. I would go Rafinha out of those two. I think he's a really good player. Sarr is definitely dangerous as well, but I think Rafinha is really good technically. Up the Gooners. Ronaldo and Thiago, man, like fine wine. Them man are getting better and better. Nah, maybe not, but still quality at their age, man. Still quality. Zidane had great moments, but people don't give enough credit to that solid French team he was in. I think a lot of top midfielders would have had success in that French team. Yeah, 100%. Curtis Royale is chilling today. No Zaha. Can have a day off. But Alonso, he ain't really got an out-and-out winger to play against today because Chelsea just sort of drift around their front three. They don't have an out-and-out what you would call left winger. So it's a bit different. Sarr all day long ahead of Rafinha, yeah. Surprised down. He's a bit more like quick and aggressive, Sarr, isn't he? A bit more direct. Rafinha's a bit more like Mahrez-y, step over, cut inside. Who remembers Edgar Davids, the one with the orange glasses? I don't know if I ever told you this, but I'm not going to do my Edgar Davids story. But yeah, I played against him and we had a good bit of banter, to be fair, when I played against him. He was at Barnet at the back end of his career. I'm sure a lot of you have heard this story. I've said it once or twice. Curtis, do you prefer zonal marking or man marking? I hate zonal marking with a passion. If I was a manager, my team would never do zonal marking. It causes confusion. Because you're like, is he in my zone or is he not? So you end up leaving them. It's crazy. Kai Havertz into the penalty area, whips it in looking for Lukaku. Overhits it, pulled back. Alonso cleared off the line. Alonso whips it in. Could have been 2. What a clearance there. I think the goalkeeper was beaten there as well. Chelsea starting to turn the screw on Tottenham now. Havertz whipped it in, overhit the cross. Great ball whipped in by Azpilicueta. Alonso volleys it, and it looks like it's cleared off the line by Eric Dyer. Lloris is beaten, it's in. Dyer clears it off the line. Wow. Could have been 2-0. Corner to Chelsea. Taken short. I think if they get the second goal, this will be game over. Tottenham look short of ideas at the moment. Back post. Rudiger with the header straight at the goalkeeper. Big up Alfred, again with the super chat. It's funny, peeps saying Makelele or SM, but imagine Kante in that Madrid team or that Chelsea team. It's great. Different times, in it. Like, Kante is like the more mobile version of Makelele. Makelele's role was a lot easier. Just sit in front of the back four. But yeah, different teams, different times. Sometimes it's difficult to make them judgments. But I appreciate the super chat, bro. Yeah, off the line. What a clearance by Dyer. think that would have been game over. MO7 said, Curtis, I'll take the claim that I convince you that Dino is the GOAT. Trust me, I'm wavering. I can't lie. The things I've been seeing recently, I'm like, wow, I actually don't enjoy. I always felt R9 was the player I enjoyed watching the most. When I've been watching these videos, I'm like, I do not always a chance. What a tackle, Thiago Silva. Honestly, what a player. What a player. I don't enjoy watching any player more than what I watched Ronaldinho. He's that good. Oh, we've got the comments flying in here, people. 700 comments, 700 people in the chat, sorry. Loads of comments coming in. Hendon said people need to stop hating on Pepe. Every player in this team has declined under this fraud of a manager. It's the system, not the players. We will be discussing that a lot more in depth tomorrow, by the way, because a lot of people are getting on to Nicolas Pepe. And I want to discuss that in a bit more detail. Make sure you join me around 2 o'clock tomorrow for our Arsenal content. Kante said, Alfred, yeah, I see you put Kanye by accident. Appreciate his super chat, though, bro. Makaleli got a whole position named after him. I'm telling you. The Kante, no, was it the Makaleli role in front of the back four? R9 was a bully. I saw him turn 3 defenders in pretzels. Green Gooner, where you been, man? I ain't seen you in the stream for a while in the comments. Big up Big C, loving the streams today. Hope you're well, bro. R9, the bangers. R10 twisted them man up. I know, and I don't know. Maybe I'm getting caught in the entertainment, but I can't lie, people, and I'm saying this officially. I am a massive R9 fan, and I believe I'm becoming a bigger Ronaldinho fan than R9 Ronaldo. I think he's becoming my favorite player of all time. He is. I can't believe how good he was. But it's close. I find it so difficult, but I feel like I'm wavering. LPAC 98. I'm like you, Curtis. R9 and R10 are tough debate. I would just say they are both GOATs, but play different roles, so can't be directly compared like that. Yeah, that's how I'll wiggle my way out of it. I'll be like, yeah, but Ronaldo was the striker. R10 was the attacking midfielder / winger, so I get out of picking any of them. Chelsea on the attack again. Kovacic. Alonso on the overlap. Whips it in, looking for Lukaku, but they clear it. Martin said, I had Ronaldinho 10 shin guards. Wow. Yeah, do you know what? Always Kante. Deflection! It's in! 2-0. Game, set, and match. N'Golo Kante deflected shot, hit the post, and into the bottom corner. That, for me, will be game over. Chelsea in the lead. They are looking like the title favourites. N'Golo Kante's shot is deflected, hits the post. Lloris, no chance. And in the bottom corner, Chelsea 2, Tottenham 0. Tottenham get caught on the ball there. Poor, I don't know. Is that Lo Celso? The shot hits Eric Dyer on the leg and deflection and in. Kante 25 yards out off Dyer. Lloris, no chance. Sends him the wrong way. Hits the post and in the bottom corner. Chelsea 2, Tottenham 0. I do think this could be game over. And Spurs against Arsenal next week. Hopefully they will be very low on confidence. Look at Harry Kane watching Tottenham celebrate. He's watching Chelsea celebrate. Sorry, thinking, what am I doing here? You know, he should be a Manchester City player right now. Wow. George Weah, most underrated striker ever. Big up Alfred with a super chat. Chris said Ronaldinho had a standing ovation off the Madrid fans. Doesn't happen often. R9 was one of a generational striker, 100%. Tuchel is a magician. Rich said, lucky, but sometimes you create your own luck, man. When things are going for you, they tend to keep going for you. Green Gooner said, cheers, bro. I've been quite sick for a few weeks and lost a family member, so being quiet in the chat. Always dropping in for the streams when I can. Keep up the great work, my G. Hope you're well. Hope you're recovering. And sorry to hear about your family member you've lost. And stay strong. You know, we'll support each other in the community here on the channel. But appreciate you tuning in, bruv. What's everyone saying? Arteta is also a magician. Yeah, he is in the opposite sense. He's taken football away from Arsenal. He's taken all entertainment of football out of Arsenal Football Club. Craig said Spuds ain't coming back from this. Nah, I can't even see him scoring. Once again, Kante does not know how to celebrate. He does it all the time. He just kind of stands there and smiles like, oh my God, I've scored. I don't know what to do. Just run over to the fans and jump in them or something. Do something. Do a knee slide. Like, Kante is one of them. I bet he's such a great character in the dressing room. I feel like everyone who's had him in their team just kind of loves him, you know. Does all that dirty work. Don't seem to want any credit. He drives a Mini. You know, he's a very, what shall I say? Not a very flashy character. But no, what a player. An absolute monster of a player, N'Golo Kante. Still hurts me as an Arsenal fan to watch him and believe that he wanted to come to Arsenal, but we wouldn't pay the agent fee to get the deal done. Chelsea are bopping Tottenham now. Tottenham are trying to press them. Chelsea are just bopping. I can see this getting worse. Look at Rudiger. Rudiger's outpacing. Look at Rudiger. Driving run. Oh, my days. He got to the edge of the penalty area. It's a goal kick. Rudiger going mad. Look at him. Look at him. Rudiger having fights with people and everything. I have to admit that Rudiger is a player that I would love to have at Arsenal. We always talk about the dark arts and those dirty things that sometimes you need to do to just... Everyone else will dislike you in other teams, but they will really appreciate you within that football club. And I believe Rudiger is that player. Other clubs probably think, I can't stand this guy. He's always arguing. He pulls people. He pushes them. He has little fights. But he gets in strikers' head. And he is, for me, becoming a top quality centre-back, I have to admit. And just to think, Frank Lampard fell out with him and there was talk of him being sold. Here comes Spurs, 30 minutes to go. Whipped in by Reguilon, head up by Dele Alli. They're looking short of ideas, Tottenham, and they don't have a lot on the bench. Ndombele with the shot high and wide. Tottenham look short of ideas, that is for sure. And they're bringing on Brian Gill, is it? The new signing they signed in the summer. And Skip. I don't think they've got much else on the bench, to be honest. Yeah, big up Green Gooner, man. Hope you're well, man. Hope everything gets better. Ndombele is dragged off. Just not happening for him at Tottenham, is it? Every time I watch him play, he seems to always get taken off. And yeah, I can see him maybe moving on in the summer. There was rumours he was going to leave in the summer, but they didn't get a sufficient bid. I think Bayern Munich offered 20 million plus Tolisso for him. Lo Celso comes off for Gil and Skip comes on for Ndombele. I got to be honest, I'll be very surprised if Tottenham even get a goal in this game. Gorav said, Curtis, we need to beat these lot next week. I'm telling you. They lost 3-0 to Palace. They're 2-0 down at the moment. Confidence low. Harry Kane doesn't look up for it. And we need to catch them. We need to get the best of their downfall and beat them. Really make things difficult. I can see the light next Sunday. I hope so. I hope so. I'm hoping 2 victories gives us that confidence while they've had 2 defeats, you know. Temp Step said Curtis will beat Spuds next Sunday. I turned on the LED bulb in the room so I can see the light now. Bread is bread and cheese is cheese. I'm telling you, man. We've got to beat them. We have to beat them. Jay Torres, hope you're well, bro. I had those Ronaldinho gold tempos. He made me fall in love with the game. I know, man. I can't believe it, but I think my mind is changing. Green Gunner said, Big C, given the 2 wins, are we more positive? Is there a master plan that we're not seeing and it's a top 5 or 6 finish? I would say more positive, but still not fully convinced. And I hope that doesn't come across as negative because I am happier. I want us to keep winning games, put a run together, climb up that table. I still need to see more in an attacking sense, you know. When you're playing against better teams, it's harder to open them up, you know. And the way we're playing, would we get away with it? Let's face it, the last 2 games, we scored a scrappy goal against Norwich and a set piece against Burnley. We haven't created much. We're not stringing passes together. So we need to improve. I'm hoping that we've got that defensive solidarity and we can just add to it with a better attack. Shot by Kane, saved by Lloris there. I think that's the first shot he's had in the whole game, to be honest. So, yeah, we've got to learn to attack better and score more goals. if we're going to be successful. Tomiyasu better than Emerson? I mean, time will tell. That's all I can say. I'm not going to make judgments yet. Tomiyasu, for me, has started really well at Arsenal. He also hasn't played against any winger that's really, really going to make life difficult for him. You know, when he plays against, you know, Mane, Salah, Rashford, Sterling, Grealish, Mahrez, then we'll see how good he is defensively. I'll wait until then. Cart horse Kane can't score in a brothel, said Darren Sullivan. I have to admit, Harry Kane doesn't look interested. He kind of looks to me like he doesn't want to be there. He looks like he's being held hostage. I'm actually going to tweet it now. Kane looks like he doesn't want to be there. Definitely looks a bit disinterested. Curtis, you seen that Trincao guy for Wolves from Barca is a baller. Yeah, I noticed him in the Man United game. I've actually signed him on Football Manager a few times, but he looks a player. Does look a player. We need to be on Expression's case, Big C. I'm telling you, man. Let's make sure we turn them over next week, man, and inflict real pain on them. I believe he's at the game today as well. Did I say shot by Kane, saved by Lloris? Apologies. Shot by Kane, saved by Kepa. See, you guys are on point, man. You always spot these things, yeah. It wouldn't surprise me the way he's played today. If he wants shooting at Lloris, he's been terrible. Lukaku has been quiet as well today. Runs there and loses the ball. Here's that Brian Gill. Looks quite quick there, to be fair. Plays it behind Kane. Then he runs offside. And Kane keeps it. What was we talking about? Yeah, Lukaku's in my dream team as well. Don't look like he's got a goal in him today. He's been a bit quiet, but Chelsea should still win the game, to be honest. Lukaku has been quiet. Corner to Tottenham. 2B said, Big C, my G, big up, bro. Would you take Vieira at Arsenal if you could? He needs to prove himself first at Palace. He ain't done enough yet. I wouldn't want him to ruin his legacy by coming and, you know, being a poor manager. Amir said, big up Curtis, Arsenal v Man United will be wild this year. Ronaldo's added that extra to it, hasn't he, you know? Tottenham appealing for handball there, asking for a penalty. I'm sure they'll check it on VAR. It didn't look like handball. Son into Kane, back into Son. Those two, for me, are head and shoulders above everyone in this Spurs team. You know, I think Kane's done himself with that contract. He needed to get out. Needed to get out of this Tottenham team. He knows Levy has sacrificed his career. Yeah, he has. But he signed the contract. He should have had clauses in the contract to get himself out of it. Chelsea v Man City next week. Very good game at Stamford Bridge. I think Chelsea will be thinking they can beat Man City. I'm telling you. City with no striker. Drew 0-0 yesterday. One shot on target in the whole 90 minutes. I would make Chelsea favourites. They got a very good record against City as well. Tuchel seems to know how to frustrate Pep's Manchester City. Jamie said, I've got Lukaku as captain. He may not score today, although you never know. They might catch him. Still 23 minutes to go. Slackademic said, Leon Bailey's performance yesterday, brilliant. Brilliant. 21 minutes and got man of the match. I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here. That's what Kane's on, man. He's trying to escape. Levan said, Curtis, did you notice that Ted Lasso is similar looking here to Mikel Arteta? Well, it's Mikel Arteta's idol, isn't it? Ted Lasso, for anybody that hasn't watched it, go and check it out. Pep's losing interest. You know what it is with Pep? Again, like Ronaldo, I've watched a lot of things about Pep. Pep is all about belief and the whole football club pulling in the same direction. I saw him say, to win a Champions League, everybody at the club has to believe that you can win it. He says from the cleaner to the tea lady to the person who drives the minibus, everybody has to believe that the club are going to win it. When this guy's in a stadium thinking, I've won you titles, I've won you FA Cups, I've won you League Cups, and you're getting 38,000 for a Champions League game against Leipzig, he's going to be thinking in his head, something's going wrong here. These fans are not connecting enough, you know. These Manchester City fans should be looking at him thinking, 10 to 15 years ago, they was in the Championship. They was in League One. You're now in the Champions League not turning up. Now, I don't want to criticize Man City fans because it could be financial issues. Maybe a lot of their fans are working class people. They don't want to pay big money for a Champions League game. But at the same time, are they feeling a bit entitled now? Like, oh, it's only a group game. We won't go to that because City will end up probably getting to the final. So I do think Pep is getting a little bit frustrated with Manchester City and what's happening. I think he's reached his ceiling with Manchester City a little bit. And I kind of look at it and think that Pep is not going to win the Champions League at Manchester City. I definitely don't think they'll win it this season with not having a striker. They should have bought Harry Kane. They should have rather spent 150 million on Kane than 100 million on Grealish. They weren't desperate for Grealish. They got Sterling, Torres, Bernardo Silva, Riyad Mahrez, you know. Noel said Chelsea are my favourites to win the league. Kai Havertz comes off for Timo Werner. I would say the team who look most equipped to win the league at the moment is Chelsea. I still think there are one or two question marks over their creativity, but they're definitely looking like the most equipped team overall. Still think Man United lack a midfielder plus the manager. City lack a striker. I actually put money on Liverpool to win the title purely off the fact that odds were fantastic. Oh, Werner was nearly in there. I think Liverpool have got a great team, but I'm not sure Liverpool have got the strength in depth if they run into some injuries. And I think at the moment Chelsea are the favourites, but you never know. The January transfer window, injuries, these things can change everything. I actually think Liverpool are going to get close to it, but I think Liverpool need to add in January. African Nations Cup will affect them with Mane and Salah in January. Yeah, Liverpool looking good. Liverpool, I don't think, are the favourites because they've got a very hard Champions League group as well, which will stress their squad a little bit more. Snake Eye said, how do I sponsor a stream for you? Listen, if you ever want to hit me up, people, about anything to do with the channel, Curtis Shaw 9 on Twitter. Inbox is open. Hit me up. Let me know any ideas. I'm trying to get a logo sorted out for the channel. Any content you want to see regarding ideas for streams, any YouTubers you'd like to see me work with, anything like that. Twitter, Curtis Shaw, number 9 at the end of it. DMs are open. Hit me up if there's anything you want to talk about on the channel. Kepa comes out and collects the cross. He's actually had quite a good game. Your logo's fine. Do you know what it is, though, Dollar Hyde? I like the logo, but I'm looking to do merch and stuff like that. I'm not sure I can do merchandise with a picture of me all over it. Do you know what I mean? I think that will restrict the amount of people that would be interested in it. You know, are you going to walk around with a T-shirt with my face on it? Probably get a logo and something like that. I'll keep this as the channel logo, but maybe one that could go more with the merch. Curtis Shaw, R9, R10. Yeah, we're both of them, you know. Watch along for the fight night next Saturday. I am definitely probably going to do that, to be honest. That's definitely a possibility. Joshua against Usyk. I love my boxing, man. Seriously, that's probably my second favorite sport. So, yeah, we may have a late night watch along boxing. I'll have to change my commentary a little bit. I've got to get a bit more dramatic, you know. So, yeah, we'll look at put some light on your logo. Do you know what it is? What I have to explain, people, I'm new to all of this YouTube and graphics and thumbnails and all this. I've always said eventually I'm going to have to bring someone in to come and work with me, somebody who's a specialist in this. So this is why I always say to people, listen, if any of you are really good at things like this, let me know. Polymation, as I said, Polymation, what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit you up with some ideas on Twitter. And then we'll sort something out. I know you messaged me before, so my bad. And you know you've become goated on this channel now with the Mick Ross picture. So yeah, I will hit you up, bro. Comedy merch, maybe a bit of comedy merch, but comedy merch can be very short-lived. You know, if I bring out a lot of Arteta stuff and then they get rid of him, we're kind of like, oh man. But yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely do something. Fiverr settings. Do you know what? I've actually never used it. I've heard a lot about it. Chelsea on the attack. Timo Werner, right-hand side, puts up. That's an awful crossing, but it's blocked. It's out for a corner to Chelsea. Chelsea are dominating this game. Down goes Fraser. Down goes Fraser. Yeah, you're going to have to get a whole different commentary setting on me right now, for the boxing. I'll have to switch it up, man. Shaquille said, if I wasn't an Arsenal fan, I think I'd be a Liverpool fan. I love the way they go from defending to attack so quick. They're anti-Arsenal. Yeah, like I said, my dad's a Liverpool fan. He tried to make me a Liverpool fan when I was younger, but obviously I chose Arsenal. I thought that was a good choice, but it didn't quite work out. What a save. What a save by Lloris. Did that hit the bar? I just looked up. I didn't even really notice it. Corner was whipped in. What a save. Thiago Silva again, man. What a player. Good save by Lloris there. Reaction save. People saying there were tickets for £12.50 for students to watch Manchester City. Come on. That just shows they are still not a massive club yet. They don't have that fan base, £12.50 for a ticket, bruv. It's madness for a Champions League game against Leipzig, who are decent. Imagine Pep as Arsenal manager and Arteta as assistant. Wouldn't mind that. I'd take that as long as Pep was in charge. Mexican Guna said, been a good stream, Curtis, but got to go. 49ers about to play. Big up, bro. Just hit that like button and we're good, Rodney says, big up, Curtis. Best wishes, mate. Love your channel. Always. Arsenal Rodders in Blackpool. Big up, bro. TM101. You're doing well, Curtis. I remember your AFTV debut. Started from the bottom for real. Yeah, we're moving on up, man. Progress. That's what it's all about. Corner. Alonso whips it in. Poor corner this time. Headed away. Yeah, Polymation. I'll hit you up. Definitely, man. Definitely. What else we got? What else you saying, Pete? We will sell out the Emirates. Oh, mate, if we're in Champions League, every game sold out. City fans have become way too spoiled. Like I said, I don't want to dig out their fans because, I don't know their circumstances, do I, to be saying why they didn't go. But I'm definitely surprised they can't fill the stadium for a game like that. Such a good game to go to. Lots of goals as well. I'm an AJ fan over Fury. I rate Fury, though. I think AJ beats Fury personally, but do they ever fight each other? I don't know. There's so much politics involved, I got you, big dog. Hit the like, fellas. Hey, big up Mexican Guna always, bro. Well, we got over 700 people in here. Great numbers. Fantastic numbers for a non-Arsenal watch-along, for real. So really appreciate the support. Big up to all of you. Hope you're having a great Sunday. We done the double watch along today. The Man United one was very, very entertaining. Late drama. This one not as much, but still good. 2-0 to Chelsea. I did predict 2-1. But to be honest, I don't see Tottenham scoring. And a lot of you saying here, no chance AJ beats Fury. Fury spanks AJ 9 times out of 10. We'll see. We will see. A lot of people say that. I think... 2-on-2 here. Lukaku skips. 2-on-1. He's got a pass. Lays it into Werner. Werner wastes it. He's got to hit it first time. Maybe he didn't know. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. What was you saying there? Somebody said Andy Ruiz beat AJ. Do you know what it is? Yeah. I just think AJ. Remember, styles win fights. Certain styles. I think Wilder would trouble Fury. I think Wilder would trouble AJ more than Fury would trouble AJ, if that makes sense. Because Wilder's quicker and his hands are explosive and his power. Where I kind of think AJ will deal with Fury a little bit. I don't know. I could be wrong. He might get beat up by him. I think AJ will seriously trouble Fury. I honestly do. I just hope we get to see the fight. And then we'll see, AJ sits behind a stiff jab. But he's got combos when he needs to. He's got combos. Wilder, yeah, I always said for AJ, Wilder is the more dangerous fight for me. That's my opinion. I think AJ beats Fury. I really do. But obviously Fury beats... poor from Lukaku there. Fury beats Wilder. Because the thing is, Wilder is not an intelligent boxer. So Fury beats Wilder with intelligence. And because he knows how to stay away from him, he's 6'9". He knows how to stay away from Wilder's power punch, I don't know. It'd be interesting. Listen, it's all opinions, isn't it? You know, time will tell. I just hope they get to fight each other. Curtis, would you take Werner at Arsenal? I don't think he'd do anything. Just don't think he'd do anything. I like his pace. I still think he's got great movement. But he's not a good enough finisher, and he wouldn't even get the service from Arsenal, to be honest. Free kick to Spurs, 11 minutes to go. Free kick in their own half. Fury can box all styles. Wilder is overrated. Werner couldn't hit a donkey's ass with a banjo. Whenever Werner clicks, boy, the league is in trouble. Whenever. It's just if it ever clicks. I could see him getting sold. There's already rumours that Dortmund are going to come for him next summer when Haaland leaves. So I don't see him being in the Prem for too many more years. Big C, do you get recognised on the street? Yeah, sometimes, it's surprising when it happens because you just think, I'm new in this game and I ain't got hundreds of thousands of subscribers. But yeah, no, quite a few people do. And everyone's always kind and positive. So no, I appreciate it. Ever in the US near Louisville, Ali Museum is amazing. Listen, I said this before, people. When this... Oh, it's Timo Werner! Oh, he misses again. Alonso, shot blocked. Kovacic, chance, header. Werner, oh, what a save, Lloris. Lukaku blocks Alonso's shot. Lukaku's having an argument with him. They should have scored there, surely. Oh, my days. Late drama. Should have been 3-0. Yeah, listen, once Biden opens up this travel ban, we still can't travel from the UK to America. I want to go to America for 4 or 5 weeks and do some traveling, see some different areas. Curtis covering more topics than GMB. You're even keeping it real. Come on, bro. Listen, long term, I would like to probably set up a second channel for general topics. I love my music, my hip hop, reggae, all of that kind of stuff. We can talk about that. I'm a little bit involved in crypto and stuff as well. I'd like to discuss things like that with people and just general topics, man. Music, when albums come out, maybe we could do watch-alongs, listen-alongs, whatever, and stuff like that. So, yeah, eventually I may set up a second channel for general content. Obviously, continue with the football on here. Christopher said, met Big C and as the Dunstable, kind enough to spare a moment to chat Arsenal. Hey, Chris, big up, bro. Appreciate your support, man. Always happy to talk to people, man. Mohammed said, big up, Kurt. Where does Azpilicueta rank for you? I would say Azpilicueta is another one of them players where I've never liked him as an Arsenal fan because he's just got that kind of, how can I describe it? He's got that dislikability about him. He's a bit of a prick, that's how I would say. But if he's on your team, you're going to rate him so highly. I think Chelsea paid like 10 million for him. He's been an absolutely fantastic signing for Chelsea. I can't lie. He's become their captain. He's a quality player, right back, centre back, very reliable. So yeah, I dislike him, but he's fantastic. I can't lie, he's brilliant. New York definitely got a visit. Trust me, man. As soon, and obviously Troops is over there. We can link up with Troops. I got friends over there now as well. So yeah, definitely, man. New York. I wanna come to Vegas. Want to go LA. When this travel stops, I'm hoping because Arsenal was supposed to go to America this summer and it didn't happen, I'm hoping they go there next summer. Hopefully the travel ban's gone and we'll go there if Arsenal go on tour and maybe spend a little bit longer there. Rodney said, you're doing great, Curtis. We love your channel. You will always have our support. You're a good man. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Alvin, yeah, this is the other thing. My plan is to set up a different channel, do general content, life, all those other things, and do some gaming as well. Or unless we do the gaming on Twitch. But I am going to try and get a PS5 and do some other stuff as well, So we may set up a second channel. Live channel, I hear that would be fire. Yeah, listen, not always football, but all in good time, Let's get this channel where we need it to get to first. Lukaku is pretty average. I think with Lukaku, sometimes he's just so one-footed and he's not that light on his feet in small spaces. He's good when he's got space to run. When things are in tight spaces, he's not the most agile. And he's been quiet today, I can't lie. He hasn't been great. Kayla said, Curtis, can you believe Werner Price was 9 million for the start of the FPL? It's now 8.6. I mean, who would put Werner in their team, really? Shaquille said, I never miss a stream for you, Curtis. Trust me, your quality. I know you're new, but I see you taking over with a great team. I tune in every day like my grandfather. Listen, radio. Hey, big up, man. I appreciate that. Eventually we'll build a team. You know what I'm saying? When the finances enable it, I can bring other people in. I can say, right, you can maybe design my thumbnails and things like that. And, we build a little team, people, and we get people out of the community to do it. Why not? We keep it in-house, but it will all be in good time, Alvin said, when you're going to come to Watford, I would love to meet you, bro. Yeah. And you know what? I'm not too far from Watford, but yeah, I'll be about. Maybe when Arsenal play Watford, I might get to that game. It's Tomiyasu, the best for Eastern baller in London. Played against CR7 in Serie A. Did well. He's better than Emerson. I wouldn't worry about United, bro. We're still a long way behind United, but let's hope Tomiyasu is this top baller he looks like. He started well, but a long way to go. Curtis, it will be legendary to see you raging at FIFA, and it will happen. I don't think anybody can play FIFA without raging, especially Ultimate Team. If you play Ultimate Team, you can't help but rage. Like, you put all that effort in to build your team, and then the game will just do something stupid that that kind of ruins it. So I think we all rage at FIFA. Chelsea just seeing this game out. 5 minutes to go. Did you see Saliba with another great performance? I saw some of the highlights of him on BT Sport from the Europa League game. Lukaku heads it straight at the goalkeeper. Should have scored that, by the way. That was the one big chance he's been waiting for. Ball whipped in. What a ball from Rudiger. Lukaku, 9 yards out, unmarked. Plenty of pace. Heads it straight at Lloris. 3 or 4 yards either side. 2 or 3 yards either side. It's a goal. Curtis, £100 wager FIFA 22. Maybe. Let me get the game and see how I am on it first. Because FIFAs are so dodgy, you just don't know. Here we go. Lukaku against Eric Dyer in the penalty area. See, he wants that left foot. There's the problem. And look, he get that position there is the problem with Lukaku. Eric Dyer was so far across that if Lukaku had the confidence to just say, you know what, I'm going to take this on my right foot, he would have had a clear shot. But he's desperately trying to get on his left foot. Eric Dyer can read it, and, he's done him. He's absolutely done him. Lukaku's been poor today, I can't lie. He will score goals, but he's had a bad one today. Jussad said, Weekend League gives me the biggest rage on Ultimate Team, bro. This is the first year in about 2 or 3 years. FIFA 21, I stopped playing after 3 weeks. I didn't like it. Every game was finishing like 9-7. It was too easy to score. FIFA 20, I thought was awful. I did not like that game. I stopped that after about 2 months. But I realized Weekend League is actually it's stressing me out on weekends. You go on computer games to enjoy yourself, to relax, a little light-hearted fun. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting stressed. I'm opening packs and I'm getting stressed. I'm spending money on packs. I said, nah, I need to step away from this game, man. This ain't good. But maybe for the sake of the channel, and I do want to get a PS5. I like the graphics. We may do some content with it, but if I do Ultimate Team or not could be different, because I don't know if I want that kind of stress, although I know it is very good to watch. It's definitely good. Thiago Silva, man of the match. What a player. Seriously, I've been so impressed with this guy. Thiago Silva. What a player. Not just how good he is, but the leadership. 36 years old and still top class. What a player. How's the crypto going? Yeah, it's ticking over. It's ticking over. I haven't gone to... When there was a dip about, 6, 7, 8 weeks ago, there was a little something to do there and the markets picked back up. But I'm just doing it slowly, man. Just doing it slowly. Is he 37, Thiago Silva? I've just said he was 36. I better delete that tweet. No, 36. He's 37 on the 22nd in 3 days. So yeah, nearly, very nearly. 98 mil for Lukaku. I didn't know Ish was priced that high. Listen, I know people will slander him about today, but Lukaku will get 20 goals if he's fit. It's just against some of the better teams, he becomes a bit predictable. That's the problem. KS said, if you can handle Arsenal stress, you can handle anything. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? The only way we'll see Arsenal lift the Premier League and UEFA Champions League PS5 settings. Oh, man, I'm telling you. Anton said, I probably spent 10K for packs in FIFA 17 to 19. See, it's very addictive, I think, those packs, and when you get something good in a pack, it makes you want to get even more. You have to be very careful. I've got friends and stuff who've spent loads and loads of money on packs. Luckily, I'm quite controlled with how I buy packs, but sometimes you have that urge that, listen, I want my team to be good so much. I haven't got time to build it. Do I just spend money on packs? So it is dangerous, Rick Brown said, it'd be great to see you at the North London Derby next week if you're there. Definitely a game worth going to. I reckon we'll have them. Listen, at the moment, I'm 50-50. I do feel like I want to go to the game, though. I can't lie. I haven't been to a game since fans were allowed to go back. All pre-season, I left it. Ball into Lukaku. 1-2 is Kovacic. Should be free. Kovacic, why does he not shoot early? Wow, he's in on his left foot there. I don't understand how he's missed. Him and Lukaku, great 1-2. Hit it here, left foot across the keeper. Cuts back onto his right. I mean, Lukaku's saying pass. I don't think he can pass that to him. There's a defender in the way. Hit it with your left foot. He's 6 yards out. It is a tight angle. But why does he not hit that with his left foot? And Kovacic has actually got decent technique. So corner to Chelsea. We're 91 minutes gone. There was 4 minutes added on, so we got 3 minutes left. Should have definitely hit that early on his left foot. Alonso whips it in. You can tell that Lukaku is absolutely desperate to score. Timo Werner hits the byline, pulls it back. Look, Rudiger, 3-0. Game, set, time, match. Rudiger, absolutely brilliant finish. Lukaku celebrates. Rudiger does not score often. Timo Werner with the assist. 3-0. Spurs are in the mud, mate. Rudiger's dancing and all sorts. Come on. Wow, game over. They are finished, mate. 3-0. Rudiger is a beast. Spurs back-to-back 3-0 defeats, man. How the tables have turned, people. How the tables have turned. They were top of the league the other week. We got to beat the Spuds next week. Come on. 3-0 defeat. They have been awful. Yes. Yo, I don't know what Rudiger's doing. Some X-rated celebration. I don't know what he was doing last night. Arsenal next. Yo, I'm telling you. Nuno, yeah. This is what I said about Tottenham, right? Tottenham had Poch. Poch was the messiah. Every Tottenham fan loved him, right? I get it. But he didn't win anything, yeah? So the guy who was this unbelievable manager didn't win anything, yeah? You then get rid of him to bring in Mourinho, who is a giant in football. But when you bring in Mourinho, you got to back him. You've got to give him players so that he can play that defensive style and then attack. If Mourinho hasn't got a good defense, he will defend too much. He kind of overcompensates. When he has a good defense, he knows he can start attacking. Lukaku, he's knocked him over. Oh, he wins a corner. Could be 4 here. You then get rid of Mourinho and you bring in a worse manager who plays a similar style of football. It doesn't make sense, man. I don't think Nuno will be there for long. Look how empty that stadium is. Cheerio, 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 cheerio. Big up Chelsea, man. They've smashed them. That's what I wanted to see. Apologies. You know I try and stay biased, but I can't in this situation. Spurs smashed, confidence low. Arsenal roll them over at the Emirates next year. This is the way the story needs to go, you know? Short corner for Chelsea. Full-time whistle goes. 3-0 victory. Game, set, and match. Thiago Silva, man of the match. It's been a good weekend again. What did I say last week? Great weekend. Arsenal win 1-0. Spurs lose 3-0. Second weekend in a row. Arsenal win 1-0. Spurs lose 3-0. Thomas Tuchel. Kante on the bench. Kepa. I mean, when Kepa's keeping clean sheets against you, you got problems, mate. You got real problems. You know what I'm saying? Rudiger on the bench for FPL. Harsh. Chelsea look like beasts. Harry Kane is being held hostage, mate. I'm telling you. Listen, I'm out of here, people. Back-to-back streams. I'm tired. I'm going to have my Sunday dinner. Relax. I'll be back tomorrow 2 p.m. I got to be honest. I don't think I'll be doing a PSG watch-along tonight. I'm just going to chill for the evening. 2 p.m. tomorrow will be our Arsenal content. We'll go a bit more in depth, review the game, how the game was won. We'll look ahead to the Spurs game, how we should set up, and you know, let's build up to a massive North London derby next week. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, people. Thank you for your great support. 2 streams today. Really appreciate it. Hope you all have a great day, and I will see you all tomorrow around 2 p.m. Take care, everyone. Bless.